It's nearly the end of January, and the weather is, well, changeable, but definitely cold and dreich between the glimpses of the shiny yellow thing. So come awa in and warm yourself with our treat-laden Burns special. Welcome to Something for the Weekend, with me, Stephen Day.
Me, Fiona Scott.
Me, Ellis Butcher.
And me, Kathie Griffith.
Hello everyone, and welcome to our little Burns special. This is unexpected, isn't it?
Yay! I think we're all just looking for something to celebrate, Stephen.
I thought we talked about this last week.
Well, we did.
It's unexpected.
We did kind of talk about it, but we just didn't tell anyone else apart from ourselves, did we?
It's unexpected to the listeners, Kathie.
Mm-hmm. Like so much of our conversation.
So haggis for tea, is it?
Not tonight. Not tonight, Kathie. It's Monday night, Monday the 25th. So you've still got plenty of time to buy your haggis. And I can see your face. Kathie doesn't.
I'm going to go out hunting for it.
What type of haggis do we all have? I mean, I think the nearest I get to haggis is mince and tatties.
No, sorry, I have the full-blown sheep's stomach, liver, heart, oatmeal, salt, pepper, the works. Marvellous.
And do you make this yourself?
No.
You're so gutsy. You're so gutsy.
I do buy it from the butchers, but no, we've always had a haggis, and it's just tremendous stuff.
Ellis, what type of haggis do you go for?
I just tend to get the ones that are like a solid, like big cricket ball.
You do know the difference between a haggis and a cricket ball?
Well, I do, but I absolutely love it. Last year, I was managing to have one every week, to the point that my dad in the Orkneys said, "You're going to look like one."
Oh. Mm. So I've actually started. I like them for breakfast.
Looks like it's come true.
It's the wee ears and the wee tail that he's got. And, and the little spiky fur.
You've got to tell me how you do it then, Fiona. What do you do?
How do you cook it?
How is the cricket ball type different to the one that you would get from a butcher's?
Right, I'm not sure what you're meaning by the cricket ball type.
Well, it's kind of it's made itself. It's in a.
Is it
skin
in plastic?
In plastic, which you then heat in boiling water.
Yeah, so the ones in the sheep's stomach that you get at the butcher's, you're supposed to steam them. So my mum used to do it in a kind of cloth, bloody linen cloth or something. But you're supposed to steam them, but that basically means to sit them in a little bit of water in the pan.
Yeah.
And, put them on. But now, I mean, you can still put them in the oven. You've just got to watch in case they blow up. Don't put them in a casserole with a lid on, because that could be a disaster.
But in terms of the content, so the one that you get from the butchers and the one that you would get from a supermarket, how do they differ?
They don't, Ellis. The recipe is basically the same. It's it's awful. It's chopped up awful. So yeah, all the recipes are basically the same. The butchers add their own little secret bits and pieces, which is how you can get the different tastes, and you can get more peppery ones. But I'll tell you, Alice, I'm more interested in what you have to accompany your haggis. Do you have a little dram there?
Well, I've been in touch with a drinks retailer called the Bottle Club that are available online, and they do. They've come up with a range of popular Scotch whisky cocktails for Burns night, and one of them that caught my eye was a Robert Burns cocktail, and I'll be dead quick. It's 2 ounces of Scotch whisky, 3¼ ounce of sweet vermouth, a dash of orange bitters, and interestingly, a dash of absinthe. So anyone had I've always avoided absinthe, I must admit, but what do people think of that?
Sounds interesting.
Apparently, it's a delightful, sophisticated mix that builds on the Scotch vermouth combination of Rob Roy. The addition of absinthe brings in a nice contrasting flavour. They'll be sure to keep this accent to a dash, as it can easily overpower the drink. The Robert Burns cocktail.
Well, there you go.
Do you know what? I'm just
do
gonna
you
have
recite-
a swig of the whiskey itself. Just swig it. Swig it.
Out the bottle.
Yeah. I'd advise you, do your recitals first before you
Neat.
try Ellis's cocktail.
Or maybe the other way round, because it might just give you a wee bit more of a relaxed attitude to reading. Because I love Burns' poetry, but it's a wee bit like Shakespeare. You certainly can read it aloud much easier than you can read it off a page. Would you agree? It seems to come alive when you read it out loud. And I imagine if you'd had a whiskey or two, it might become even more alive.
I've seen some quite lively recitals.
Might just have to experiment with
I trip up over some of the words, I'll be honest. I mean, I do like it and I do read it, but it's easier to read it sort of in your mind rather than out loud if you don't know how it's some of the words are expressed.
During the prep for this Burns special, and yes, listener, we do prep, I thought, oh, okay, well, I'll look at some Burns poem, and I thought I'll pick up one I did at school. I remember most of it, or some of it, only to discover it wasn't written by Burns, it was written by Walter Wingate, so I had to find another one to do.
This is a problem with a lot of Rabbie Burns poetry, is that some of it you don't actually know if it was him that wrote it. It was certainly him that made it famous, and he claimed a lot of them. But there's a bit of dubiety hanging over some of this stuff. But it's all good.
Fee, we can't go to a real life ceilidh, can we, at the moment?
Well, actually, Stevie, we can go to a real live ceilidh. We won't actually be there physically, but we can sit in and join into it. And this is our own Rab Woods, who works in the Oban Times production department. He and his wife Michelle have a little business, Imagine Alba Tours and Media. And he's going to present a Burns Night Hoolie on YouTube on Saturday night. So this is at 9:00. They'll be hosting, the couple will be hosting the evening's entertainment, which is free to view from their home in Lerags. And they'll be performing music and celebrating Rabbie Burns. So you can drop in on that and get a live ceilidh celebration.
If only we had a snippet of what they sounded like, eh?
Oh, if only.
Hello, I'm Rab.
And I'm Michelle,
We're the Woods family.
coming to you from Lerags.
One of the things we've missed most during lockdown is live music, performing and playing in sessions as well as going to ceilidhs and concerts.
And since we can't get to a ceilidh right now, we thought, why not take the ceilidh online?
So we are putting on a Burns Night Hoolie on YouTube with an evening of music and merriment from ourselves and some of Argyle's finest players.
We'll be swapping stories and performing songs and tunes celebrating Robert Burns. The show is free and premieres on YouTube on Saturday, 23rd of January at 9 p.m. Then it will be available anytime on our channel.
Starring the Crook and Ceilidh Band, The King's Road, Anne Barlow, Rosie Lindsay, Chris Beveridge, Heeraith and us, the Woods family.
Join the community on the Imagine Alba Virtual Ceilidh Facebook event page and get the link at imaginealba.com.
We hope you'll join us for the premiere when the fans and players will be live chatting throughout the event.
So get your tartan and whiskey at the ready and join us for the Imagine Alba Virtual Ceilidh on Saturday, 23rd of January at 9 p.m. on YouTube.
We'll see you then.
There you go, Ellis. Get your cocktail ready.
Me and my absinthe, we will be having a rootin' tootin' hoolie. Yeehaw! That sounds good, doesn't it? It's good that people have come up with these ideas.
So no, yeah, that sounds really good. And in the absence of actually being able to pop round to Rab's house, it's the best substitute, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. And we're all getting used to these online performances now. And I know Rob's is going to just be a great one. So I'll be doing that on Saturday night.
Talking of performances,
Oh no!
we've got the Big Burns Challenge. We've all taken a poem, haven't we?
Yes,
Yeah.
we have.
And we've all prepared it in advance, haven't we?
Yes, we have.
And
Yes.
we've even recorded it in advance, just to make sure we can actually do it properly.
Yes, I did. Several times.
Some of Ellis's attempts we're not going to broadcast today, but I found your... who was it you were doing an impression of inadvertently? Yes, that well-known Scotsman, Kenneth Williams, came across in one of yours. I think you corrected it in your final version, didn't you?
It was a bit of a mashup. I thought, what would Burns sound like in the style of Kenneth Williams?
Well, fortunately, we've got what would Burns sound like in the style of all of us.
Some hae meat and canna eat, and some would eat that want it. But we hae meat and we can eat, so let the Lord be thanked.
Oh, my love is like a red, red rose that's newly sprung in June. Or my love is like the melody that's sweetly played in tune. So fair art thou, my bonny lass, so deep in love am I, and I will love thee still, my dear, till all the seas gang dry.
O Tam, hadst thou been sae wise as ta'en thy ain wife Kate's advice, she told thee weel thou was a skellum, a blethering, blustering, drunken blellum, that frae November till October, aye market day thou wasna sober, that ilka melder with a miller, thou sat as lang as thou had siller, that every naig was caed a shoe on, the smith and thee gat a roaring foo on, that at the Lord's house, even on Sunday, thou drank wi' Kirkton, Jean till Monday. She prophesied that late or soon thou would be found deep drowned in Doon, or catched wi' warlocks in the murk by Alloway's old haunted kirk.
Wee sleekit, cowrin timorous beastie, oh, what a panic's in thy breastie, thou needna start to waste so hasty wi' bickering brattle. I would be laith to rein and chase thee wi' murder and pattle. I'm truly sorry man's dominion has broken nature's social union, and justifies that ill opinion which makes thee startle at me, thy poor-born earth companion and fellow mortal. I doubt na whiles but they may thieve. What then, poor beastie, thou may live. A daemon icker in a thrave, a small request I get a blessing with the lave, and never miss it. Thy wee bit hussy too in ruin, it's silly when the winds are strewing, and nothing now to big a neighing of forest green, and bleak December's wind ensuing, laith snell and keen. Thou saw the fields laid bare and waste, and weary winter coming fast, and cosy here beneath the blast, thou thought to dwell, till crash, the cruel coulter passed, out through thy cell. That wee bit heap of leaves and stibble has cost thee money a weary nibble, now thou's turned out for a' thy trouble, but house or hall to hold the winter sleek at dribble, and crach cold. But mousie, thou art not thy lane, improving foresight may be vain, the best laid schemes of mice and men gang aft ugly, and leas naught but grief and pain for promised joy. Still thou art blessed compared with me, the present only toucheth thee, but I backward cast my ee on prospects drear, and forward though I canna see, I guess and fear.
Steevie, you were Burns. That was amazing. What a reading. I got goosebumps. That was just fantastic. Really, wow. And it was about a mouse and a house.
A mouse and a house, and the fact that he'd accidentally gone through it with his plough and wrecked the house. That's what the essence is, and how he feels about what he's done to this poor mouse. But in the end, it's kind of like, well, you know, mouse, you're only living in the present. I've got the past and the future to look forward to. That's my.
Do you know
that's
what?
my take.
After this, I'm going to go away and I'm going to read more Burns, because I enjoyed the Tam O'Shanter one, and let that be a lesson to all you men about the evil of drink, and listen to what your wives and partners are telling you. Just thought I'd get that in there.
Don't look at me when you say that.
Ellis,
He's looking directly at me.
I won't be looking at Steevie because he's perfect.
Stevie's was
great, isn't it?
The Oban Times Oscar for Burns Reading 2021, the inaugural, goes to Mr. Steevie Day. But what I want to know is, what was Fiona's about?
Mine was a grace. You know how you say grace before dinner?
Always.
Oh.
Every meal.
You know how you do that, Ellis. So this was Rabbie Burns was invited to say grace when he visited the Selkirk Arms Hotel in Kirkcudbright, and I don't think he had anything prepared, so he came up with this. Now there's a wee bit dubiety over whether he actually wrote it or whether he knew it and just scribbled it down and adapted it to his
Made
own.
it popular.
Yeah, but it's now read out Burns Sippers worldwide. They do the Selkirk Grace, and I like it because it's short. Because a lot of Rabbie Burns' poems can go on a bit. Kathie, you done well with Tam O'Shanter, because I think that's one of the longest ones. It's 200 and odd words long.
Yeah.
So very well done, and you read it beautifully.
Why, thank you.
That was good. I
enjoyed it.
As did Ellis, you old romantic.
Oh, for all the ladies out there.
He's actually sitting in his cravat. I know you guys at home can't see him, but he's sitting in his smoking jacket and his cravat.
Well, I'm glad no one asked me what mine was about.
What was yours about, Ellis?
Flowers.
Fair enough.
And June. And women. Oh, and climate change as well. He said, went till all the seas gang dry. So there you go. He was way ahead of the curve, wasn't he?
I have to thank my grandmother for my love of Scottish poetry and Burns, but I'd forgotten until I was reading through this that was one of the poems she used to tell me, and I could hear her voice in my head, and she spoke Bro Scots. She was a northeaster, and it just brought it all back, and quite incredible, and I'm sure that is one of the ones that she used to say to me. Of course, as a 6 or 7 year old, you just ignore it until you're 50 and preparing a podcast and thinking, I remember this.
Oh, Steevie, she would be so proud of you. You read it beautifully.
No, well done, team.
Well done, team. That was brilliant.
Team Burns.
Good effort. Yeah, so Burns not only done poetry, he penned a few tunes as well. So we've got Rab Woods back doing a wee piece called Up with the Carols and Dyser, and this is based on an old Fifeshire fishing song. But I think Rob's singing this because, as I've mentioned before, he's on the production department, and the words and the chorus are Cothro and muckle ado, which is work with a will and much to do. And I think Rob's trying to get a point across here that they're always telling us they work harder than anybody else in the office. So let's have a listen to Rab.
Carls a Dyser, and the lads about caving, and the Kimmers a Largo, and the lassies a leaving. Hey, go through, for we, hey, muckle ado. Hey, go through, for we, hey, muckle ado. We tales to tell, we songs to sing, we pennies to spend, and we pints to bring. Hey, go through, for we, hey, muckle ado. Hey, go through, for we, hey, muckle ado. Behind, let them play the link and spend the gear they win. Hey, go through, for we, hey, muckle ado. Hey, go through, for we, hey, muckle ado. Up with the cars a Dyser, and the lads about caving, and the Kimmers a Largo, and the lasses a leaving. Hey, go through, for we, hey, muckle ado. Hey, go through, for we, hey, muckle ado.
wasn't that just brilliant? Didn't that just cheer
Fantastic.
you up?
Oh, definitely. I'm ready for some whiskey already.
So I'm sure Rab says to dedicate that to all the hard-working editorial team in the Oban Times.
I'm sure he
Of course
does.
he did.
Thank you, Rab. That is a real pickup for an early morning record, isn't it, folks?
Definitely,
Yeah.
definitely.
Jolly.
My foot stamping, I'm twitching away like mad here.
Is that what you're doing, Ellis?
It was difficult to see in the webcam.
Oh dear. So we've had a good variety this week. We're not going to do Scottish Word of the Week this week because the programme's been absolutely packed with them.
Absolutely.
Yes, moving on again, we've got another song, and probably Rabbie Burns' most famous song, and we've got a young lady, Megan Day, Oban High School pupil. She's gonna sing us out today with Auld Lang Syne. For this week, it's goodbye from me, Fiona Scott.
Goodbye from me, Stephen Day.
Goodbye from Ellis Butcher.
And goodbye from me, Kathie Griffiths.
Hi there, Something for the Weekend team. Thank you so much for having me on the show today. My name is Megan Day, and I am a singer and I play the piano. I love performing, which very obviously I haven't been able to do in quite some time. Here is my rendition of Auld Lang Syne for your Burns special. Should old acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind? Or should old acquaintance be forgot and days of Auld Lang Syne? And for Auld Lang Syne, my dear, for Auld Lang Syne, we'll take a cup, oh kindness yet, and days of Auld Lang Syne. And there's a hand, my trusty friend, and geese a hand, oh thine. It will take a cup, oh kindness yet, for days of Auld Lang Syne. For Auld Lang Syne, my dear, for Auld Lang Syne, we'll take a cup, oh kindness yet, and days of Auld Lang Syne. And for Auld Lang Syne, my dear, for Auld Lang Syne, we'll take a cup, oh kindness yet, and days of Auld Lang Syne.
We hoped you've enjoyed our Burns special. As always, we love hearing from you, so get in touch with your news, comments, photos, or even just to say hello by emailing us on somethingfortheweekend@obantimes.co.uk or contact us through the Oban Times Facebook or Instagram pages. You can read our stories online at www.obantimes.co.uk, and you can subscribe to our page-turning digital edition there as well.